what is success to you?
You put me on spot, bro. Like, at least give me some hints before. I'm not that successful to give a testimony right now. The day we are spending each day in this world, that should mean a success for us. Like, we are still on this planet Earth and living a life and doing the things we have to do. It's just that you will go after something or the other, and like it will keep on going unless and until you just stop and like just be grateful for what you are.
Success means it may be coming out of loans, debt, maybe being
Exactly,
healthy.
exactly.
So for me, I just wanted to be happy. Oh, okay. People take advantage of you like this if you are poor. Do you feel what is success to you changes along the line? Welcome
Back again to another
episode of AMP
Podcast,
Podcast where we learn and
grow
grow together. And it's been a while,
It's been a while.
but the last podcast no one has seen. It's okay.
It's okay. Like, it's okay. We are just putting our knowledge and every experiences. We are documenting it for ourselves. If no one is
Yeah,
watching
if
it,
not,
like
it's okay.
some in some years, down the line, we will
Maybe it inspires someone.
No, it may be like inspiring for us. Like what if
Oh,
we are
get the point.
we are stuck somewhere. Let's say after a year we are just back to
Yeah.
nothing, for example,
Yeah.
and then suddenly we come across our video, and
And
then
we
we
say,
learn from
"Oh!"
ourselves. And that would be so amazing, and just to cherish the
Okay.
moments we have been together here, and doing this podcast
Wow.
since January, and it's been going quite strong.
Yeah, we have reached like the half year, and one thing that we have kept consistent is the podcast. Yeah. So based on that,
Yes.
last week I just put randomly a video out,
Okay.
just to test what my YouTube family has,
Okay.
or our YouTube family has to what they think. So I just put one question out: what is success to you?
Okay.
Okay, what is actual success to you? Because I I'm always surrounded with all the podcasts and all those things, and I really try to think, are these people trying to selling me something, or maybe are they are like into marketing? If I'm into marketing, then that time you can see they qualify the leads and all those things, and then at the end you buy stuff.
Yeah.
So is the entire thing like, how do we actually go for success? So based on that, today's conversation is what success means to you.
You put me on spot, bro. Like, at least give me some hints before starting this podcast. I always
So-
I ask him like, "Are we ready for the podcast today?" He would say like, "No, man, I don't know," like, and then he'll like open his diary, and then he'll be
Diary,
like, "Are you preparing something? Are you like doing scripting or something?" And like, I have to sit here and like be on the spot. But it's a good question, and it's good that you asked me like without like have giving me any hints. That like gives me an opportunity like to talk honestly what I feel, rather than just preparing something and like coming out and spitting it here. uh, but it's a good question, like what is success means to me. uh, so I'll just backtrack and like I'll take you to one moment, like I think it was in March, I think, when
This year?
Yeah, this year, when I went for night vigil in our church.
Okay.
Okay, so I attended the whole night vigil that time, and like the thing was, this time I was not into the organizing team as such. I was just part of the band, like for the praise and worship. But other than that, I was not into organizing part, and that gave me opportunity to just sit and relax and like like be with God, like talk to God, or maybe like just have some time with myself. And I kind of sat there like from the start till the end, meaning with like excluding the breaks.
Okay.
But like when the retreat was going on, I was there the whole time. Otherwise, it used to be like, doing this and that,
Yeah.
like looking for
To this
someone, like
that.
what everything. And at the end, like, we have like the testimonies happening.
Mhm.
And that moment, I felt like, giving a testimony about myself. But then I started thinking about, I'm not that successful to give a testimony right now. But again, then I started thinking, like, what is success? Like, to be successful, like, what is that? Like, and then I just, like, started pondering about it. And that moment only, I started asking for God, like, what it means, like can I go and give a testimony? And then I got an answer, actually. And that was like, whoever we are today, right now, that should be means that should mean a success for us, like, the day we are spending each day in this world, that should mean a success for us, like, we are still on this planet earth and living a life, and doing the things we have to do. And then I was like going, like, I started thinking about my life. And then I felt like what I didn't do, like, what that I have not done, like, am I not happy? What is the main things we require in our life?
Like food, shelter,
Food, shelter,
and
people around you
people
that
around
love
you.
you.
So, yeah.
And I was like, do I not have that? Is that not means something to me? Like, is that not mean success to me? Like, having all these things without having any worry about the future, the present. Like, I was just happy at that moment. And then I got an answer, like, you don't have to like go after something to be successful. You just have to like be thankful to God that you are present on this world, like at this moment, at this time, and doing what you want to do. And I felt that kind of motivated me more to kind of go and give a testimony. But I, like, I couldn't give, because by the time I taught this whole thing, the time was over. Like, we're supposed to have mass after the testimony,
Okay.
and it was done. And I was like, after that, I went to Father Ballmax, and I was like, Father, you should have just called me out. I was like about to. And then he's like, oh, don't worry. I'll call you for. I had told you, right? Like, I'll
Ah,
call
okay,
you
okay. So
for,
next time or
yeah, the
something.
next time. And that it what exactly means to me, like, just living your life, like, that's what, like, if you go behind something, like, once in my office, one of my colleague also said, like, if you want to be greatest, what that greatest means to you, like, what that great means to you.
Okay.
And I was like, that time, like, it was like way before, like, what I thought about this thing. And I had like no answer, like, what that great means to me. Like, is it about like people knowing me, like being famous? I don't think so. That makes great people, like,
Okay.
people know everyone. Like, you can be known for a good reason, for a bad reason, but that doesn't mean success, right? So it's just that, like, you won't reach to a point where you will call yourself successful anytime, like, it's just that you will go after something or the other, and like it will keep on going unless and until you just stop and like just be grateful for what you are, where you are, and how you are, like, and that
Wow.
what it means to me, I feel.
So that in a way is like stop and
Just be, yeah, that's what, just be grateful, just like, that's what, like, what we do, what do we need in our life, like, okay, money, that's what we, how much money do we need?
yeah, how much is the important
Yeah,
part
exactly, how
because we
much, like,
don't say.
for what we need, basically, for living our life, for having food, like, for going out, for giving, for providing for our family, like, that's all we need. Like, we don't have to have like crores and crores in rupees in our bank account, and like, just lying there.
Yeah.
Like, what's the use of having so much of money when you already have fulfilled your things, like, what the most important things in your life, and then they're just lying, and then you just do the things that you just want to do because you have money.
Mm.
Not really, like, maybe you have some dreams, like, you want to follow, like, want to maybe roam the world, like, roam whole the world. But end of the day, even after roaming all of the countries, there will be one day you'll be like, okay, I'm done, like, I've.
Yeah, I've seen all.
So then, like, again, you'll be So just be grateful for what you have and the all the things around you, like
Should
what.
we run before you come?
Okay, okay.
Sorry. Should financial freedom be a part of it?
See, everyone will have his own, own perception about this thing.
Okay.
Everyone would give a different answer. A person who loves money or whatever, who wants to pursue like something that would give a lot of income or something. They'll be like, they'll give you a different answer than a person like who just wants to be like it's enough whatever I have. That's enough for
Got
me.
it,
Like
got
I
it.
don't want to get things done just for the sake of doing
Money.
things. Some people will be like, I'm happy when where I am. It doesn't mean that you are wrong. It's just your choice. Like you are happy with what you have. You are satisfied. You are content. And I feel like that is it. For me at least personally, financial, like what was the question again?
Financial freedom should be considered as
Considered.
success
Okay. So again, it's a tricky
because it
question,
comes with a cost. Like
Yeah,
you have to work
exactly.
really
Like
hard.
yesterday, I was talking to Roshan, and I was like, she was like, you should do more songs too. And then I was like, then I have to sacrifice your time. Then she was like, okay, let's have a family. Like have just have happy family together, and that's also to to gain something you
You
have to
have to
lose
lose something.
something.
You have to
So again,
sacrifice.
exactly same like that. So you want to like if you're trying to get a financial freedom as soon as possible, then yeah, you'll have to work hard. You'll have to do things which would impact a lot of other things around you.
Mm.
So you have to be cautious about that. What exactly you want in life.
Yeah.
You just want to have a happy family, or something. I
Yeah.
don't know.
So
I'm
you
just
have
giving
either
a.
this or this.
Yeah,
So it's
exactly.
like
So that's what I feel about, from my point of view. I don't
I
know,
mean, yeah.
what would be your
Before
what be,
coming to me,
you have
I'll easily deflect it
okay,
to the people, some of my, subscribers,
okay.
um, who really relate to the journey that we are
Hmm.
in and the questions that we are trying to find the answer in. So one of them was Joel 98.
Okay.
Okay. So what he said is that for me it would be to grow farms. Just a
Wow.
joke, but LOL.
Okay.
But then it would have need like money to come along. So firstly, it would be to be financially stable. So maybe try some business ideas, something that I'm good at. So success would be in steps for me,
Hmm.
small steps at a time. So he went on to give another examples, and he also said that success means something different to everyone.
Everyone,
Yeah,
exactly.
it
Yeah.
it may be coming out of loans, debt, maybe being
Exactly,
healthy.
exactly,
You
exactly.
know,
That's what everyone has its own things going in their life, and based on that, they will set some things
okay, these are my
if
priority
I become
goals.
this, if I attain these goals, I am successful. If I not able to do that, I'm not successful. All those things. But at the end of the day, it comes to those basic things, So that's what
Yeah,
I feel.
so that's the thing.
What about you?
I can't escape the question, but
Yeah, but I would just
so for me, it was everything. I didn't have any answer for this,
hmm,
and I just wanted to be happy, and not like any answer. But I saw my dad struggling,
hmm,
and I didn't realize that when until unless I got a job and started working, and that time all things changed for me. Then I saw like, oh, okay, people take advantage of you like this if you are poor. And then it was like
hmm.
crystal clear, you have to set goal such a bigger
Exactly.
one that no matter what, you will every day try to achieve that and pull yourself out of that.
Exactly.
So all my decisions that, from last like 22, 23, it was like pulling me away, like, every moment, like, are you doing that something to maybe put your family right, get yourself right? And it's been a constant struggle for me because all my cages are in my mind, and outside maybe I'm not doing anything, but it's like inside my mind is fighting and trying to be two at two places at the same time. The older one is like, just relax, and you are not special. The other one is like, make something to be special, and try to make something that it will. There's one quote that it says, right, if you are born to a poor family, it's not your fault, but you die poor, then it's your
It's
fault.
your fault, yeah.
So it was like, for me, that, like,
Exactly.
you put the things into order, try to. But I'll tell you, still now I'm really struggling, really impulsive on my anger, really trying to figure out, but that's the thing. But yeah, some of the things that also I just wrote, in this, when I think you were back in Goa, that time I was like trying to find some answers about that. So there were, I think, I've missed or something like that, but something that I can. One thing was for me, I was comparing a lot.
I was about to get there, like.
So the thing was, okay, everyone is successful. All the friends that I see are posting
Yeah.
really great quality pictures on Instagram. So whenever I just open, it's like, okay, they are successful. Some are in London, some are in, doing well, UAE.
Exactly, and also
Everyone.
like the point is here, like we feel they are successful. Maybe they're still finding
They are
their thing, like
their thing.
like. So that's like we say, right, comparison is a thief of joy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like
It really is.
yeah.
Actually.
So like it's that way, like it just when you start comparing yourself with others, we don't even like we don't even know their exact like what they are going through, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
We just feel that
Everyone is doing great, and just
yeah,
we are miserable.
yeah.
And along that line, I was just watching a podcast, and the author over there is like, or the person who was in the spotlight. So he started saying that, see, if you are doing comparison, do comparison with the entire thing.
Exactly.
Like, say for I'm in like I'm a 10 in one aspect, but say other person is 1 in that aspect, but in other aspects he's 10 and I'm 1. So
So
you don't
exactly.
neglect in his 10, you say, okay, I'm 1, I can't do. But the moment the things are changed, or the
The
aspects are changed,
scenarios.
scenarios are changed, you are 10, he's 1.
Hmm.
So it's like the comparison is not fitting,
Yeah.
right?
It's
So
not fair enough.
so he's like, do comparison of the entire thing. And also he's like, parents also should remember this,
Oh.
that say for example, my child is not studying but he's good in football. Other kids are getting 80 marks, 90, but he's not good in football.
No.
So I can't say to my child, what are you doing, playing this all the time and not studying and all those things. So it's like, observe what your child is doing, and whatever happened, I would say, like, in my childhood, whatever, I didn't get maybe certain opportunities, but now I feel I'm my parent.
Ah.
Understood, right? So when I'm alone, it's like, are you correcting myself? Like, am I correcting myself? If I'm not correcting myself, how can I expect someone else to correct myself?
Correct.
And put myself in that rail to achieve my dreams. So that's why I started to ask. That's why I spontaneously that day put that video out saying that, what is success to you? And like, everything has, like, it's like so much of combination, permutations, and all the
Exactly.
different things. So that's why I asked you this question, and I wanted to put you in spot.
Spot.
And just because it changes also. Do you feel it changes after some time? Like once you have the knowledge, or maybe you have more perspectives, do you feel the what is success to you changes along the line?
Uh, See, like, like, I think, like, the success, like, it would change at the points when you feel low,
Okay.
when you feel that uh, something is not going your way. I feel that time you start doubting, you start
Thinking
questioning,
back. Yeah.
and, like, what I'm doing. That's the time we try to compare ourselves, and that's the time our definition of success changes. Like, the time, like, when you're happy and everything is going fine, you feel everything is good, and, like, exactly, like, you should be feeling that way. Like, end of the day, we want to be happy. Everyone wants to be happy. Like, and for that, like, for that happiness, for, like, everyone will have a different definition for their happiness. Yeah. For me, like, making music would make me happy. Like just being with someone who I want to spend time with, like, I'll be happy. Maybe, like, I don't want to roam around, go see places. Maybe I'm not the person, like, for some, but for some that would give happiness.
Yeah.
So, and, like, end of the day, success means, like, if you're happy enough in your life, that's what I am. Like,
That's the thing.
someone will come and, like, what you're talking, but, like, everyone will have their own opinions. Like, I don't think, like, there'll be a hard answer, like, hard to come.
But
Definite answer.
that's fascinating to, really understand what success really means to
Yeah,
other
exactly.
people. There your the vision horizon. Oh,
Yeah.
really? These are
And good thing, like, I had, like, had gone through this experience of, like, that's why I could answer to you, like, so fluently, like, because I literally was thinking about it that time, that moment, like, like, why would I go and give a testimony when I'm not even successful enough? What will I tell to people? Like, what made me stand here and giving me a testimony? Then I was, like, backtracking it, like, like, why? Like, you are an inspiration to, like, someone. Like, you could be as an inspiration just by telling your story. Like, how you, like, for me, exactly, like, the prayers have been the backbone of my
journey.
like, my life. Like my parents, my granny especially, like, they have instilled me that, we've been, like, since, like, I was small, like, we've been doing rosaries every day in our house and stuff. So that kind of, I had that in me, in, like, for most of my life. In certain time, like, I had given that up, and that was the time, like, I used to be all over the place. Like, I couldn't think straight. I couldn't do things, like, properly and stuff. But when I was back into it, like, those were the moments I could see myself being at the right places at the right time, and, like, doing things, and always, like, getting all the things I wanted as and when the God plans for me. So
Yeah, and one of the best things I would say, which I took from you, was when we do rosary,
yeah.
and I told him, like, I'm not feeling well, and I started this geographical tongue and all those stuff, like crazy things.
You should have told that story.
Okay.
Maybe some
Next podcast we will
Yeah.
do that. So, but I started doing the rosary, and it really, next day I was more calmer, and I felt well. Yeah, and it was a nice experience.
And also, like, it shouldn't be like, if some people will be a different faith. It can't be just not be a rosary. Like, just believe in God, just praying to God.
And everyone has their
Yeah, exactly.
you know,
Like,
prayers.
So everyone has their own prayers,
Yeah.
and own style of praying. So I think, like, prayers helps. Like, just believing in God, and, like, believing that He has a plan for you.
That's tough to believe, by the way. But we will, have a debate on that.
Yeah.
Surely on another podcast. It's time out now. So that's all for today's episode.
It was a great one, though. Huh?
Thank
I really
you.
like.
It was a deep one.
I enjoyed today's one. Like, yeah.
Oh, wow. Thank you. So, yeah, that's all for today's episode. We will see you in the next one.